had never actually touched or been close to the HouseWrap insulation that I just had seen it in construction. So I had no idea what it felt like or if it would do what I wanted it to do. So I went out to Lowe's and spent 2.5 hours just walking through the aisles, and they were very kind. Several offers to help me, which is kind of unusual, really. But the man out there, the HouseWrap insulation had a wrapper on it, so I couldn't see it. And I said, could I just open a corner of this and touch it and see how it feels to know whether it'll do what I want? And he let me do that. So I did, and I'm going to show you this because this is one of the funny things. So I knew that it would have logos printed on it, but I was picturing kind of an all-over pattern of small logos and so forth. And so I thought, well, those would be interesting on the garment, you know, as a little design. Let me show you the size of the logo. Doesn't it just crack you up? So I don't know yet. This is something I'm going to start playing with now. I've got my patterns drawn out. And so I'm going to start playing with where Lowe's is going to get their advertising here. And I'm kind of thinking I've got enough room. It could go right down the front. But anyway, that was a big surprise. And I find myself giggling a lot as I work on this because it's just so whimsical to start with. So that's probably what I'm going to start on next. I have been trying to do some individual components ahead of time, so I'll be ready to roll when I'm ready to actually start putting it together. But you know, you always get a few surprises. And so when I put the godets together, they will fit into the seam right here. So, and then into the side seam. And I need to stitch those in before I wire them, or else I won't be able to get them in the sewing machine. So the sequence becomes important then, because if you don't do it in the right order, you're going to get in trouble. And because of the way I drew that kind of cartoony looking, the godets like that, I wanted them to look like that, and then normally it would just come down straight, you know. So I cut a little gusset out and stitched that funny curve. And now I'm working on getting and I coated the inside of the pipe wrap with polymer emulsion, and in the hopes that I could kind of mold it to shape. But this stuff is kind of stubborn. And so, I mean, it's curving some. So I probably will have to, now the way this will go on is, on each godet, it will fit around this edge to pull this up in that curvy. But you can see I'm going to have to play a bit to make it happen. But it's coming. And so I figure if I may have to stitch some wire onto this first to make sure that it goes all the way out. But again, can't do it until I get it stitched in there. So anyway, I rigged up a funny little invention with a cardboard box that I stuck these down in, but this stuff wants to do what it wants to do. So, you know, there are always things you don't think about. I'll figure it out. And then, oh, and the godets themselves. You know, when I walked around at Lowe's that day, I discovered this stuff called red rosin painter's paper, and we've never used this. We always just use that brown craft paper kind, but this is a little thicker, it tears very easily. I mean, it doesn't, in fact, this roll had tears all over it when I bought it, and I just cleaned it up. But so I did, and it's funny how things happen, synchronicity. Last summer in the Smoky Valley Folk Life Center bookmaking club, we did a fairly thorough investigation of momogami process for paper. It's a way to, now you can see that and feel how crisp it is, but when you do momogami, you wad it up into a ball and then flatten it out and then wad it up into a ball again. You do it as many times as you want to. And the Japanese process, actually the original process, they soak it in kind of a starch paste. But we did that, and then you can do it with oils, and I just didn't do any of that. I just crunched it up. So I scrunched all these 3 times, and you can see the difference. It behaves more like fabric. It becomes softer and stronger, and it will hold these stitches. These are machine stitches along here, and hand stitches on all the gussets, and you can see that it handles it. So I actually did 2 layers of the red rosin paper and sandwiched a layer of the HouseWrap insulation, because it is tough stuff. It's not going to tear for sure. It's really strong. Well, and it's made of Tyvec. So, but I got the Lowe's brand, and that was another thing. They were really helpful, half the price of the Tyvec. So, but anyway, see the difference in that, how it is, and you get that great texture. It also gives it a wee bit of stretch in all directions. So I was able, and this is going to be a feature on the back now, but I was able to scrunch up part of a Sakrete bag, and because of that give that it has now, I shaped it so it will be at center back, right above where I have the godets started. And I did have to switch to only 4 godets instead of, so this will cross, you know, the side seam. This will go on afterwards. So the first flounce will come out from under this. And the guy at Lowe's, there were some bags there that were easy to get to, and I said, could you come and help me get this other one? And he said, well, I think they're about the same. And I said, I like the colors on this. I want this bag at Sakrete because it has green and yellow and black. So I'm sure they thought I was nuts, but anyway, so there's that. So little by little, things are coming together. I don't know how much you looked at my drawing, but the way I drew that necklace that's going to be made out of the extension cord, it's the back, it's impossible to just wind it around your neck and have both ends come out on the bottom. So I have to do some shaping there. And let me think, what else have I dealt with? There's still going to be some challenges, but I'm feeling as if now I'm at a point where I'm going to start seeing it come together. Oh, I worked on my tool pouch handbag. Let me get that. Like I say, any flat surface. Ta-da! I cut the paillettes out of paint samples that I just had on hand through the years. I just throw them in a box and keep them. And I think I'm going to leave this part black. And I remembered my little hammer that I use for small jobs. So it's going to be in there, and a carpenter's pencil, and a lipstick, of course, for my handbag. So it's funny how the process works, because once you get started, that's when you get more ideas. You think, oh, then I could do this, then I could do that. So anyway, it's really been fun. I've loved every minute of it, and it's kind of a vacation from worrying about war and hunger and homelessness and all. I mean, we are inundated right now with bad things, and so this just gives me a little break.
Excellent. So when you saw the call, did you immediately know you wanted to do something?
Yeah, when I saw it, the little, I just happened across it when I was on Facebook, and it said the deadline was October 12th, which was already over, but it was really November 12th. So when I saw it, I thought, oh, pooh, I would have done that, because there's just something very appealing about the notion of playing. Yeah. We're playing. That's all there is to it. And I'm so excited. I can hardly wait to see what everybody else is doing. I don't know any of those people. I don't even know the other artist from Salina. And I think I met the woman from Bennington. Summer? Mm-hmm. Is that her first? Yes. Mm-hmm. I think I met her at the pop-up market for the holidays and visited. She's the one that knitted the tiny little animals. And we chatted a while. So, but she's the only one on that list, I think, that I've ever met.
Yeah, we have great representation from literally across the state. So I'm
that
very
exciting?
excited about that. Yeah, that's going to give us some great perspective.
Well, I'm very eager to see what everybody does.
And so our lead sponsor this year, which is Hutton Construction, because they're doing the Building Creatively campaign, they got to look at everyone's designs, and they got to pick the artists they wanted to sponsor.
Good.
And you were selected as the Hutton artist.
Oh,
so
I need a logo.
So you are our lead Hutton person.
How fun.
Yeah,
oh,
so congratulations on that.
So do they have, I need to look them up online then. Do they have any bags or banners or anything?
I'm sure they have something. I will reach out to Jason and see what he's got.
Because I can make it part of the dress.
Perfect.